A warm welcome for the US envoy to Ukraine from President Volodymyr Zelensky. It's done little to thaw frosty ties between Kyiv and Washington. By the end of their meeting, there was no customary press conference after Keith Kellogg pulled out of fielding questions from journalists. No justifications from the White House for why the news conference was called off, but it comes amid the public war of words between President Trump and his Ukrainian counterpart. Tensions reached an all-time high on Wednesday, with Trump unleashing an online tirade against Zelensky, calling him a dictator and blaming Ukraine for the war. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian leader has hit back, saying Trump is living in a misinformation bubble. The White House's national security advisor says he went too far.
Look, President Trump is obviously very frustrated right now with President Zelensky. Some of the rhetoric coming out of Kyiv, frankly, and insults to President Trump were unacceptable.
The feud came a day after Kyiv was left out of talks between top US and Russian officials aimed at ending the war, reversing the 3-year-long US policy of isolating Moscow. Trump's number 2, J.D. Vance, has been defending the president.
When he walks into negotiation, he says everything is on the table. And of course, that makes the heads explode in the American media, because they say, why are you talking to Russia? You've got to talk to everybody involved in the fighting if you actually want to bring the conflict to a close. And I know the president does. And I really believe that we're on the cusp of peace in Europe for the first time in 3 years, because we have leadership from the Oval Office, and we haven't had it in 4 years in this country.
Another sticking point between the two sides is Zelensky's dismissal of a proposal from the US calling for 50% ownership of Ukraine's rare earth minerals. The White House is demanding the head of state come back to the negotiating table after Zelensky stressed he would not sell his country.